your big job is to spot talent that's
elsewhere,
somewhere else, right? Do you see a chance that some of those entrepreneurs could ever be attracted to Switzerland, or is that something that you would even try to make them do? I think I already know the answer to the question, but I'm just asking anyway.
Actually, it's interesting.
Can you see what I mean?
Yeah. So I think there are two sides to this story. One, Seedstars has always been very much promoted as a Swiss company. Mm-hmm. I mean, we doubled down on what Swiss means. Switzerland means around the world. So it was always a part of our DNA.
Right.
The first network that helped us in 2013 to start the competition, I took a backpack and did 20 countries in 10 months to launch the first edition of Seedstars World. That was the name of the competition. Okay. And the first network that supported us and that helped us was the Swiss embassies.
Sure. I can imagine.
The Swiss embassy was hosting most of our events.
Right.
We had unbelievable connections with the ambassadors, and we would see them over the years because they would be transferred to different countries, and then we would meet them again.
Exactly,
so
right.
It was a very strong community, actually, that we were working with. Mm-hmm. And with the Swiss flag comes neutrality. So it allowed us to always focus on the entrepreneur and never be limited to the borders of certain countries. That's so we really went everywhere.
Yeah.
And Switzerland allowed us to do that.
That's right.
And it also represented a sense of premium, professionalism, which again helped us a lot.
Yep.
Especially in the first, when we were backpacking, we were really knocking on doors. We knew no one in Kigali. We knew no one in Azerbaijan, etc. And so coming in and putting a nice shirt and saying, oh, we're like this Swiss company building a global competition. It worked.
The door opens.
It worked.
Isn't that amazing?
And we had the Swiss embassy backing us. So we looked serious enough. So we were always like...
You were serious, right? Yeah, so but you also had to look serious. That also helped.
We looked serious at that time. And so it was really... it's really, really profound. We profoundly believe in being Swiss. We still believe Switzerland has a place in being the think tank and a catalyzer for impact investing around the world. We have some great microfinance institutes. We have unbelievable international organizations.
Right.
I mean, we can define it.
Their investment.
Yes, but not in a very... in a systemic way in which everyone pulls their weights to make something bigger. So we're still quite in silos.
Okay.
But I think Switzerland has that opportunity. Okay. So we also still believe a lot in what Switzerland has to bring in positioning the world and positioning. And today it's called impact investing, whatever it will be tomorrow, because everyone changes their acronyms. But that's something very important for us. And then on the other side is that we've been working with the different cantons. We've been working with the Swiss business hubs. We've been working with Swiss corporates to see how we could look at different interesting innovations and projects in key markets. Mm-hmm. Some we had met, there was a Russian entrepreneur that came to Lausanne for some time. We've seen kind of entrepreneurs also looking at Switzerland for very specific regions, maybe for the technology, the talent pool, or a clear kind of collaboration they have with one of the cantons. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I believe in it absolutely.
Yeah. Would you consider going to one of the banks and starting a fund which would invest in the kinds of projects that you end up investing in or directing investment towards around the world or in specific markets? Does something like that make sense?
As in... Because we already have funds, so you mean specifically funneling Swiss?
Well, I'm not even really sure exactly what I mean.
Yeah.
But I mean, but something like you would go to one of the big banks.
Yeah.
We won't name any names, or a bank that could do this, right?
Yes.
And saying, here's what we do, and
for sure,
the return, not a guaranteed return, obviously, but there is an attractive return, and for 300 million or something like that.
Absolutely.
We'd like to establish something.
I mean, some of our funds, we need market returns as good as Europe. So I think we have very attractive products. And then we have more, let's call them concessional impact first vehicles. And that speaks to another type of investors. Right. But today, most of our investors are either DFIs, so this kind of the World Bank, IFC.
What's a DFI stand for?
Development Finance Institution.
Okay.
So we have these types of investors. We have foundations like the Visa Foundation or Rockefeller Foundation that are also our investors now. Sure. They don't just provide grants.
Right.
And then, of course, family offices, Swiss family offices,
Right.
but also European.
Right.
I think some...
You know,
We know them, but I wonder if we are still too small to be attractive enough, maybe for some of these banks.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah.
I guess the difference in my mind, and I'm not an expert in this field at all, but I guess the difference in my mind was that if there would be a fund that one of the big banks had actually established on your behalf, then a small investor like me could say, "Oh, I'd like to buy some shares in this fund," right? So that the money comes in from thousands of individual people, and ends up where you want it to be, right? I don't know if that makes any sense, but and again, like I say, I'm not an expert there, but
we had tried to look into
size issues, right?
And attractiveness. I think it depends what their clients want and what's structured. But you're right, and I know we've had discussions, but it's never come to fruition. Where we've had mandates, it's been more from the foundations at this stage or family offices. But we've tried crowdfunding. We've tried.
Interesting. How did that work?
Not so well, but it was 8 years ago. And the idea that we would crowdfund a ticket in the winner of the startup competition. And I think people it was too much of a black box. It didn't speak enough.
Plus, that's just crowdfunding for basically one thing, right?
Yeah.
Not for a portfolio of projects. Right?
No. At that time, I don't think we could. Yeah. I think it was a London-based crowdfunding platform. But so much to be done.
Yeah.
So many opportunities.
Yeah.